is Jolene Philo, and I would like to welcome you to episode 5 in the how-to series that goes along with my new Caregiver's Notebook, an organizational tool and support to help you as you care for others. As I said, we're in episode 5. We are looking at the notes section of the notebook today, so if you have your notebook handy, you can just flip the book open and turn to the tabbed note page, and what you will notice first of all is, of course, the how-to page, which I have at the beginning of each section of the notebook. But then if you flip one more page, you'll see that there's not a whole lot here. Just a couple blank pages and a Bible verse at the bottom of one of the pages. And if you flip through this whole section, you'll see it is mostly blank pages. Now you may be wondering, why in the world do we even need to have a how-to video to go along with this section of the notebook? And that's a really good question. The main reason is because I want you to feel that whatever purpose you decide to use this section for, whether it's mentioned in the how-to section at the beginning of this portion of the book or not, is perfectly fine. This is your notebook. You know your situation. I don't. And so you need to adapt the note page and any other section of the book to best fit your caregiving situation. But what are some ways you could use this note section? Well, one of the best ways, and one I wish I had used when I was a parent of a child with special needs, and one I will now be using with my notebook with my mom when I take her to appointments, is it's a really good place to just write down questions that you want to ask at appointments, whether it's with the doctor, whether it's with the therapist, or maybe even parent-teacher conferences if you're caring for a child with special needs, or an IEP annual review. So you can write your questions down in the notebook and leave a line or two between each question so that you can write down also the response that you're given. This serves a bunch of purposes. Of course, it makes you look and feel much more proactive and organized when you are asking the professional these questions, and you're better able to advocate the way you want to because you have the questions written down. It also serves as a memory jog because you can write your answers down as you hear them, and then when you leave you can reflect upon the appointment and then look back at your answers and see what you wrote. And it also serves, if you date each of these interactions, it serves as a log that you might be able to use if anybody ever wonders, well, when did we start this? I don't think you've ever asked that before, and you can point back and say, yes, I did. I have it here in my notes section, and I asked you that on this specific date. Sometimes this log could even be photocopied and turned into insurance companies if you need to do that. It can be proof that you have fulfilled some of their requirements. Other ways that you can use this book, you can use it as a log, and if your loved one is given a new medication that may have side effects, you can record your observations as to what you see happening or not happening because of the medication. The same could be true of a new therapy, that whether it's a behavioral or a physical kind of therapy that your loved one is receiving, to note whether or not the therapy is working or accomplishing anything. And finally, we all spend a lot of time in waiting rooms for appointments as caregivers of those, whether they're older people like your parent, maybe your spouse who is middle-aged, or your child. We're always spending time waiting for appointments, and so you can use the blank pages for a number of purposes. You can make tic-tac-toe boards and play tic-tac-toe with your loved one. You could do the same with hangman, or if your loved one is happy and content, you might be able to just start the first chapter of that novel you've always been wanting to write on these pages. So those are my ideas. Now you may have some other great ideas, and I would love to hear them. I want to know how you're using the notebook, and I love to pass your ideas on to others to show them that they can take this and really make this into their own tool, and that other people have done that. So there's a comment section at the bottom of this vlog page, and you are welcome to leave your comments, questions you might have, or ideas on how to use the notebook. And I will be back again in another week with episode 6, which is going to be the medications section. We'll be talking about how to use the different charts there. Until then, I hope you have a great week. You don't really have any homework with this one, nothing to fill out unless you have an appointment you're going to and want to write down some questions. So this is your chance to kind of take a little caregiver vacation and just sit back and enjoy yourself and maybe watch your favorite show on television or listen to your favorite song on iTunes. So have a great week. Do the best you can with your loved one.